Alongside Eric Kane, I'm Austin Price here in Columbia, Missouri. Tennessee and the Missouri Tigers coming up at noon Eastern, 11 local time. It's breakfast here in Como. Eric, Hendon Hooker will get the start today. He's taken all the first team reps in practice this week. Tennessee looking for solid quarterback play and turnover-free quarterback play in what could be very, very wet conditions here in Columbia.
Yeah, also it's important that Tennessee does have experience playing in the rain, at least in the scrimmage aspect. Scrimmage number 2, it was a monsoon, and they were out there. Josh Heupel made the decision for maybe days like this, and so I think that is important. But quarterback play needs to be, as you pointed out, turnover-free. Need to take advantage of what that Missouri defense is giving you, which has been a lot, especially against the run. So offensively, want to set the tone with the run game and see if Hendon Hooker can pick up some of that first half success that they found in Florida.
That was a scrimmage that Joe Milton performed extremely well in. I don't think you see Joe Milton today as long as Hendon Hooker plays well, but if they had to make a move and go to a different quarterback, that's the one positive you could take is Joe did perform really, really well in that monsoon scrimmage back during fall camp. Tennessee would appear to attempt to run the ball a lot against Missouri today, especially in these conditions, just based off the fact that it's going to be wet, going to be soggy, and as belated all week, Missouri gives up a lot on the ground.
Yeah, we've heard on that all week long. And again, this day is just setting up for Tennessee just to run the football. It's raining. It's a little bit overcast. You have injury concerns at the quarterback position, both of your top 2 quarterbacks. So why not run and do what Missouri, can't stop right now, and that's just run the football. 269 yards, 0.2 given up per game on average. 275 last week against Boston College. 294 earlier in the year against Southeast Missouri State. So seeing how Jabari Small and Tyron Evans were able to feed off each other in Florida last week, I think you could expect a heavy dose of both of those guys here today.
Cooper Mays will not play in this football game. I think he's out at least another week, potentially a little bit longer, depending on how the ankle heals. Jerome Carvin gets the start at center. Ollie Lane will get the start at left guard, barring a last-minute change. And, if they have to have some lineup switches, to me that's the biggest kind of question heading into the game is what do they do there?
Yeah, and Cade Mays has gotten a couple of reps at guard earlier this week in practice, so preparing for that situation. It would have to be sliding him inside and bringing in a tackle, whether that's Dane Davis, Jeremiah Crawford. We don't know yet, but what we do know is obviously you don't want to do that right now if you're the Tennessee coaching staff, because it would have already happened if they had faith that those guys were ready to play right now. But that's a distinct possibility, and we just look at right now how critical the retirement to Riley Locklear was, the injury to K'Ron Calvert, and just how thin that position group is.
It's Tennessee and Missouri coming up at noon Eastern, 11 time local here in Columbia, Missouri.